What is up, everybody, and welcome to the Bearded Browns podcast. But today's a special episode about these damn Ohio State Buckeyes, and we got Dave Wallencheck with us today from Redline Radio. What is up, Dave? How's it going, man?
Oh, what's up, Mike? How about them Ohio State Buckeyes getting to play in the national championship football game? First time ever done via the playoff system in college football. So kudos to Ohio State and the team for getting there. Kudos to Notre Dame for getting there too. And that's going to be a big moneymaker for college football. A big, big, big moneymaker.
It's gonna be a big money maker for betting.
Yeah. So Ohio State gets there 4 weeks ago when they lost to that team that plays up north. I didn't think that would happen, but something got in their got up their butts, and here they are. They're playing for the national championship. So kudos to the coaching staff for getting prepared. Kudos to the players for not letting that loss, fourth consecutive loss to that team, not letting that loss overtake and ruin their season and whatnot. So kudos to them.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the biggest thing right now to me is the Michigan pages, man. They're just talking so much crap, and I think it's hysterical. You're sitting on the couch right now. We just beat the Texas Longhorns 28-14. Thank you to Jack Sawyer with a big fumble recovery and run into the end zone. Wow, dude, wow. It's just a weird story because we all know that Quinn Ewers was an Ohio State Buckeye at one point. And he was actually roommates with Jack Sawyer when he was here in Ohio State. And they brought it up all night, but it was just an incredible story. I think for the Ohio State Buckeyes in general, you lose that game against Michigan, and that's the rivalry. It is. But at the end of the day, we're still better. I mean, tonight, you know what happened with the Texas Longhorns? That was
denied.
Oh, you froze. Oh, you're there. Yeah, big 28-14 win. Ohio State Buckeyes move on to the national championship against the Notre Dame. And I'm all for it, man. I think it's going to be a good game. I hope that Ohio State keeps up this charisma that they have going into this game, because you didn't see it the whole first half, really. I mean, the first drive was good, and then after that, it was kind of a sleeper game, in my opinion. And then, obviously, the fourth quarter comes along, and bigger things started happening.
Well, the thing with that is, Mike, is the announcers and everybody talked about it. Texas played great defense. They took Jeremiah Smith out of the game to do what they're really supposed to do, and he tried to go to Mecca Buka a couple times. He tried to go to number 17. They had that touchdown drive in the Tate. Tried to go to him, and he dropped the ball in the end zone right there. So, I mean, it's not like that they didn't have their chances to get there. It's just that the defense was good on both sides of the ball. Texas started getting to Will Howard about mid-second quarter and whatnot, and, just sitting back watching a game. They both made adjustments in Ohio State fourth quarter. Them pass interference penalties on a goal line stop, and then the strip sack from Jack Sawyer. A lot of good highlights in this game, but, they did what they were supposed to do. It's all a team effort, and that's exactly what it was.
Exactly. Greg says that game was much closer than I thought it would be. Man, yes, penalties did kill us as well. The false starts repeatedly, and then a couple pass interferences right there at the end just beat us up. But that's how good teams win championships.
And you know what else is good about this? It's a mixture of kids who transferred from other universities and some of the Ohio State grown players that helped made big plays in this game. Jack Sawyer, you had Travion Henderson, who was there. Then you had Judkins, who was at Ole Miss, who came over and transferred in the portal. And then on the defensive side, who ended the game, was Caleb Downs with the interception to seal the game. So he came over from Alabama. So big contribution by a lot of players and a lot of Ohio State homegrown kids and some transfer portal kids. So I mean, that's what it's about. It's a team, and a lot of people didn't like the transfer portal, but it helps out. Helps out in the long run. And Ohio State got there, so now we're talking about a national championship with the Ohio State Buckeyes. Again, I never thought that they would be there, and I hate to say this, but Ryan Day solidified his job for another 3-4 years. But he's got to win a national championship.
Yeah, I agree. I think no matter if he wins this national championship or not, I think he's solidified his job. But at the same time, you gotta repay this state of Ohio, man. Like, you owe this state a national championship, and you have to go in there and do that. Him and Chip Kelly have to be the guys that are able to pull this one out of their ass, because it has to happen. I mean,
Mike, let me ask you this real quick. I don't want you to lose your train of thought. You talk about they have to win this national championship game. So if they go in and they win this game, does the team up north game that they lost, does it even matter?
Right now, it doesn't matter to us. They're sitting on the couch. It really doesn't. And I know that's going to piss Adam off. I love Adam to death. He's a great dude. And I know he's a Michigan fan. I got a couple other buddies of mine that are Michigan fans. I got family members that are Michigan fans. At the end of the day, right now, as this Big Ten conference sits, I don't even think Michigan's going to be coming back as the Ohio State rivalry. I think it's going to be Oregon now. Oregon's going to change the whole Big Ten. And that's...
I don't think so on that, Mike. I think you always have the team up north and Ohio State. That's the biggest rivalry in sports.
It is still going to be a rivalry. But, dude, think about it. What is next year's? They're talking about putting Michigan in week 4?
I think you and Adam touched on that, but I can't remember where I seen it at. I think it was on the Ohio State page that they're still playing them the last game of the season. If I do recall correctly, I got to go through that and send it to you guys, but I think that they're still playing them the last game of the season.
Yeah, I'll look into it more as well. But just so you know, everybody that's here right now, this show right now is sponsored by Beard Gains. If you guys want to check out beardgains.com, use our promo code BeardedBrowns at checkout for 10% off your order. Anything over $35 is free shipping, and they will definitely take care of you. There it is, right there. Use code BeardedBrowns at checkout for 10% off. Bearded Gains, made by men, loved by women. And I'm not going to lie, dude, it really is. My wife got over... Shut up, Adam. My wife got over COVID, and she was actually able to smell, and this stuff worked. Bearded Gains, beardgains.com, Bearded Browns for 10% off. Adam says, still last game of the year in 2025. I thought it was moved to week 4 or something, like some weird anomaly that, because everybody looks forward to that game, that big Ohio State-Michigan game. We all look forward to that as Michigan or Ohio State fans. It kind of settles the Big Ten at the end, usually.
Yeah. When you guys said that, I was kind of fucking like disappointed and whatnot that they would move the biggest rivalry game to like the 4th or 5th week. I know that some people don't care about it, but that's the biggest rivalry in sports going today. Even though the Buckeyes haven't beat them in 4 years, it's still the biggest rivalry in sports. So, I mean, you have to leave it last. And if college football ever changes that, they should be ashamed of themselves. They should be.
I completely agree.
It just don't make any sense to change that.
100% wholeheartedly agree. Like I said, I got family and friends that are Michigan fans, and like that's the week we talk. But as soon as that game comes on, if we're not by one another, we're not talking until after the game. And yeah, they won bragging rights the last 4 years, but pretty sure Ohio State Buckeyes still have bragging rights right now.
They do, but they got to go finish the story, Mike. They can't, just ride this 3-game win into the season and expect that that's going to be good enough, especially when you lost to your rivals and it's a big game. When they lost 4 weeks ago, you got to go finish a story like we did with Shane. You got to finish a story like Cody Rhodes did. So you got to go finish this thing and bring home that national championship trophy. You know what else I like that they're doing too is like I didn't think with them, playing last week at the Rose Bowl. They won the Rose Bowl. They take that cool ass trophy home, and then win the Cotton Bowl. They're taking that home, and now they got to try and bring home the national championship. So We'll see how it goes, man. I like that they're sticking with that because I think I heard that there was somebody was trying to say that they should only get a trophy for the national championships, and no, you shouldn't.
Yeah,
They're
that
both
takes away from it.
yeah. So
I don't know. Yes, it was a different year for the Ohio State Buckeyes. It was. We didn't. I honestly thought we were going to beat Michigan this year, and I'm not going to put our whole year on that because it's not. That's not it. That's not, we come out here to play that game, yes, but at the end of the day, what matters most is who's in the playoffs, who's going to win a national championship. That I mean, that's it. There's no way.
Adam says that this year's proves the game will mean nothing moving forward. Adam, for Michigan fans like you and Ohio State fans like me and Mike and almost everybody else in the state of Ohio, it does
Except
mean
Adam.
something. I mean, it does mean something because you got to beat your rival. You do. And it's okay to, lose to them and go rub it in their face by winning a national championship. But you still got to remember, they got a couple up on you. They got 4 games up on you. And these guys tried to plant their flag in the middle of your field. So, yes, I mean, that one hurts. That one stings. Yeah. That's what I'd be looking forward to next year. I know Jack Sawyer's not going to be back next year, and it sucks that he's 0-4 against that team up north. So, I mean, go win a national championship for that guy and, hopefully go beat Michigan next year.
Coast to Coast Cleveland, which is Chad, says breaking rumors Steelers are looking to draft Sawyer. I hope not, man.
I mean,
I get it.
We got enough linebackers, but I'd be okay to be depth or have depth. I'd like to get Judkins or Emeka Ibuka.
Yeah, in a perfect world, yeah, for sure. And the way that Will Howard tonight was literally threading passes looked impressive. Obviously, he had the interception, but the way he was getting these passes off in a timely manner, big plays were happening. That was huge. That was huge. And then we had obviously we went more to the run game after that. Adam says, don't forget we won it last year, asterisk or not.
Yeah, I mean, we're not taking that away from you guys, but this is a history-making one because this is the first time it's ever been the college playoffs, and you've had a team so far run the table. So far,
My brother just said go blue.
Your brother's a Michigan fan?
Yeah, I mean, when he says go blue, it means he's got to take a poo. That's what it means.
Oh, okay.
That's my brother. Yep, he's a Michigan. He lives in Toledo, so he's right on the border. That's why a lot of my family are Michigan fans. They live right on the border.
It's okay. I got some people that are Browns fans in my family, so
those are awesome people.
No, not
those
really.
Are real people. Yes.
No,
everybody that's here right now watching, if everybody doesn't know, Dave is a Steelers fan, and this is when me and Dave get along when we start talking about Ohio State stuff. But
yeah, we'll probably lose. We'll probably get our asses handed to us tomorrow. So
I don't know, man, dude. You guys, honestly, tomorrow might be a good game. You had little to nothing to look forward to in the beginning of the year, I believe, and amongst many other people, we all thought that there was no chance for Pittsburgh to be what they are today, and you guys pulled it off, and you hate your head coach. I know it, but, dude, I swear to God, if you fired Mike Tomlin right now, he would be somewhere in a heartbeat. Boom.
Mike, I hear that, okay? I understand that. And there's talks that the Bears are waiting until the playoffs get over because they want to trade for – Adam Schefter reported that the Steelers could trade Mike Tomlin, and the Bears was one of the teams that was interested. And I think that that's what they're waiting to do till the playoffs get over to try and make a offer to them about that. I don't think that'll happen, but you never know. Listen, it's time for Tomlin to go. It is. I mean, you've seen whether you people like to see it or seen it or not, or it's time for him to go. I mean, he's stuck in the ways of running the football when it's a passing league. Your first two NCAA is rigged. Ohio State wins first BCS championship, and now, yeah, okay.
Coincidence. Adam's a conspiracy theorist tonight.
Yes, yes. It was rigged last year for them to win it because Harbaugh was leaving.
TTUN.
Yeah, but anyway, getting back, I personally think it's Tomlin's time has ran its course in Pittsburgh. It's time to move on. Nobody can convince me otherwise.
I mean, the last time you guys won a playoff game was 2011, correct?
No, 2016. Or no, you're right, 2011. We haven't won since 2016.
Yeah, it's a cruel world out there for Pittsburgh fans. I'm sure, because I mean, you guys got good fans. I'll give you that. You guys are kind of shitty at times too, though.
Yeah, thinking about that as I'm talking. The last playoff game we won was 2011. We haven't done anything in the last 5 years, and we've got blown out in the playoffs.
Yeah, we knocked you guys out in the COVID year.
Yes,
that was Ben's last year.
Yes,
you hated admitting that, didn't you?
Hated admitting what?
You're like, yes.
No, because I was looking at the screen too, and you were freezing on your end and whatnot.
Oh, sorry. Won't let it happen again until next time. But yeah, today's Ohio State game, man. Today when I went to work, I had a hectic day. I actually went to Pittsburgh, or not Pittsburgh. I went to PA, but I was probably a half hour away from Pittsburgh. And when I got there, man, I see all these people walking around in Pittsburgh gear. And I got to Herc Rentals. I forget what city I was in. I get there and I'm like, man, how do you feel about that Penn State game last night? And he's like, I'm more worried about tomorrow. I'm like, oh, damn. All right. What do you think about tomorrow? And he was like, I think the Ravens are going to, quote, rape us, end quote. And I don't know, man.
Adam's got jokes. He says got 6 months off. Steelers will have that after tomorrow. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, I mean it's the NFL though. Anything could happen.
Oh wait, is that your guy's quarterback outside who tore his Achilles by just walking down the road? Oh yeah, that's right.
So he's on a jet ski in Miami. You know what? At least, hey, we got insurance on our quarterback. So I think at the end of the day, no matter what, if he doesn't play next year, we automatically get $44 million back.
Wow, out of the 240 that was
shut up, Dave. That's not the point right now.
240 that was guaranteed.
230
or 230. You guys are happy about that. Everybody's throwing a party. Oh, we're going to get this insurance money because he's not going to play next year.
Hey, we got to look forward to something.
Can you guys call that? That's a conspiracy. That's a conspiracy.
That's not a conspiracy. At the end of the day, this franchise has to look forward to getting some money back off of that.
They should get all of it back.
What's that?
They should get all of it back.
Yeah, I wish Deshaun Watson would come in and be like, hey, dude, I'm done. You guys can keep your money, but it'll never happen.
No, it won't. It won't. That's the worst trade ever in the history of sports, ever.
I'm going to have to agree, especially after this. Now, I mean, it just makes it easier. Or are they faking it just to keep him off the field? I would tell the dude to stay home. I don't want you in a practice facility. I don't want you in or at games because you weren't at any of the games this last year. Like the last 8 games, you weren't there. Like, you got your surgery. I understand that. But, dude, show up to the games. Be on a sideline. Support your team. He didn't do that. He did nothing. He was on vacation, enjoying that money that we gave him.
That's right. He cashed that $230 million guaranteed check and didn't look back.
It is. My brother said this is not. He said this is a drink. It's actually just ginger ale.
Looks like pee in a cup. Are you sure it's not like apple juice or something, or somebody pissed in your cup and you put ice?
There's a lot of Crown Royal in there. But anyways, so Ohio State, Notre Dame, it is going down in Atlanta. What do you think the outcome of that game will be, Dave?
You know, that's a very good question because you don't know what Ohio State team you're going to get again. I mean, You don't know what Notre Dame team you're going to get. Shit, they won at the last second field goal, right? Ain't that how they won? Because I was at work when that happened. Last second field goal, they won. Um, I don't know, man. Well, that's a big day. That's a big day. Not only is it national championship, it's also Martin Luther King Day, and Trump gets sworn in that day. So that's a big day.
That is a big day. I think if Ohio State's defense could show up that day and literally do what they did in the fourth quarter today, and Will Howard gets rid of that giant bump on his left hand. You see that?
I did see that.
So I think one of the defenders on Texas, his face mask bumped in because for like first 5 minutes it happened. I was like, what the hell happened? I had no idea.
Yeah, they showed the replay.
Yeah, and the face mask of that one defender bounced off his hand, and he was like, I'm going to still play. I'm going to still play. Dude, it was huge.
Left hand. It's on your left hand. It has nothing to do with the way you play the game.
Oh, it does, though, because you still got to be able to catch a snap at the end of that.
Listen, I played quarterback in high school, or not high school, but junior high, and
that doesn't count.
In my freshman year, it does. I played with an injury. I played with a broken finger on my left hand, and I throw right, and I played with a broken ankle. I mean, both of them are big things that you gotta have your legs as a quarterback, and you gotta have your hands. So I know what you're talking about. But they probably took him over to the sidelines and shot him up and said, "Here you go." So he probably wasn't feeling it because he didn't look like he was in any pain. They asked him, "Oh yeah, I'm not even worried about it."
I was a wide receiver. I played with a broken buttocks. Anyways, yeah, I mean the hand injury, I'm hoping that doesn't affect the national championship game. That could have a big factor. Like I said, you still got to catch the ball, you still got to run. A lot in this game today was kind of upsetting as well. With some of the penalties, did you notice that? Did any of the penalties, like even on Texas, I'm like, whoa, what are you guys calling? Some of them were just out of hand. I'm like, dude, what is going on? You grab his hips in the first 5 bump and run yards, and we get called for pass interference, even though the ball was uncatchable. The one fumble where the guy's wrist went down, and they said, as long as your whole wrist goes down and past your wrist, as long as your whole hand goes down and it past your wrist, you are down. I'm like, since when the hell did we make that rule up? Like, and I mean, it wasn't a fumble.
The ball was moving. The ball was moving
Right.
the whole way through. The whole way through.
So yeah, you were there for that. Adam says, WTF was Texas thinking on that goal line play in the fourth? We tossed for a 7-yard loss. Worst play call ever. Was that Dorsey who called it? Adam, man. My brother says, love you, brother. Get a hold of me when you can. I need to talk to you. I got you, brother. I'll call you tomorrow.
Listen, I don't think that's the worst play ever in history. I think the Pete Carroll one, when he tried to throw it in the end zone when he had Marshawn Lynch at the 1-yard line, I think that's the worst play call in any history of sports. Would you agree?
I'm going to have to agree with you on that. That was pretty bad.
Yeah, you had Marshawn Lynch, and I think it was 3rd down, and you don't run him, and you pass the ball, and they run it back? They ran it back too, didn't they?
No, I don't think it was a pick 6. I don't think, but it ended the game.
Yeah, I mean, you would have won the Super Bowl back to back, but you let the Patriots win.
Scripted NFL.
No, it's not scripted.
It's unscripted.
It is unscripted.
With Adam
you
and
can catch us tomorrow at 10 a.m. until noon with a very special guest we got coming on, Nikki from the Lean On Me project. So if you guys want to help out with that, check us out tomorrow on Redline Radio.
That would be cool. I would love to join you guys, but we got our show as well at 10. But our show only goes like 45 minutes to an hour, so I might be able to join you guys tomorrow.
Maybe.
Afterwards.
Maybe. I'll send you a link just in case.
Yeah, I plan on going to get my hair cut at 8 in the morning.
Please tell me you're not cheating on Tim.
Oh, he actually came up to the shop today. I talked to him for a little while. He's sick, dude. I'm not letting that dude cut my hair.
He's still sick?
He's still coughing, dude. I'm like, nope.
Wow.
So I'm going to go in town tomorrow. Tim, if you're watching, dude, I love you, dude. Nope.
Where are you going to get a haircut tomorrow?
At Halls in LaGrange.
Oh,
So
they do.
at
Go ahead.
Halls in LaGrange, there's two women, and there's one younger woman, and there's an older woman. And the older woman could cut hair way better than the younger woman. So I might walk out of
Straight
there.
razor?
What's that?
They straight razor?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
That's the best part of every haircut, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What did Gregor said? Looks like the same reps that called Kansas City Chiefs game most of the time. Yeah. I think they let them play more tonight, but there were some penalties that were called that were just like ridiculous. I'm like, dude, he barely touched them on both sides of the ball. It looked like what I did like is that defenses on both sides were showing a blitz, and that led to lots of false starts on both ends. They would act like they're going to run, and like the offensive lineman would jump, and it was bad. We got to stop penalties. If we could break up penalties for the national championship against Notre Dame, I think we'll be all right. I think penalties are the biggest killer on any team. I don't know exactly how many we had tonight. Hold on, I actually had the stats pulled up, but
They had a bunch of dumb ones in the first half. What was it? The false start, and then the pass, or not the pass interference. The what was the other one where they had like 10-yard run to pick up the first down on third and 10, and they got holding. That's right. It was holding by the backup dude that was in there, and then they took him out and put the starter in, and then the play after that he gets in the holding penalty.
yeah, that's what's poor, man. It was like watching the Cleveland Browns all over again. I'm like, dude, penalties are going to kill you. Team stats. Here we go. Penalties. Ohio State had 9 for 75 yards, and the Longhorns had 5 for 54. So we gave them 3/4 of a touchdown, essentially.
3/4 of a touchdown.
I mean, 9 for 75. That's a lot of yardage, man. You can't let those things happen. And you looked at Ryan Day's face when he was all pissed off. You could tell in his face. He's like, dude, because you know when Ryan Day gets pissed off, his face turns beet red like he's Santa Claus, like me. And don't laugh at that.
That's funny, Mike. That's why I'm laughing. It's hilarious.
It is. But Ohio State prevailed tonight.
Adam's calling his shot right now. He says that Freeman beats his alma mater for the first national championship. That's a 30 for 30 on ESPN right there.
Nope.
You asked me my thoughts on the Ohio State Notre Dame national championship. What are your thoughts?
I think that this team is so pumped. Today it didn't show as well, but I think we got Notre Dame's why do we keep screwing up the name Notre Dame? Anyways, I think we have Notre Dame's number. I'm not going to say it's going to be a blowout, but I'm going to say Ohio State by 14.
Wow, you think they're going to beat them by that much?
Yeah, today I was nervous for some reason about today's game. While I was in Pennsylvania, of all places, I was nervous.
Wait a minute. How does a guy who covers Lorain County goes to Pennsylvania?
Because I work with a lot of guys that don't know how to do the job, so I have to make sacrifices. So they put somebody else out here today, and yeah. Let's just say let's see, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 heaters today in a trailer behind my truck. Today was a nightmare, and it's only going to get worse. But that's besides the point. The Ohio State Buckeyes aren't going to get worse. They seem like they're showing signs of improvement, and today I wish it did not happen in the fourth quarter, but it did. I think that we're going to beat Notre Dame. And that's not just because I'm an Ohio State fan. I've watched Notre Dame games. I've watched Ohio State games. If this Ohio State defense shows up like they did in the fourth quarter, I think there will be a good game, and we could possibly win by 14. I think Will Howard and Judkins could pull off another giant game. That's all it needs to happen, dude. He went 24 for 33 today, 289 passing yards, and excuse me, damn it. Our third down efficiency was horrible. That's the downfall. We need to get out of third down. We went 3 for 10. Fourth down efficiency, we went 1 for 1, so that's a plus. The Longhorns went 1 for 3, 5 and 15 on third down. Those big crucial 5 for 15, dude, on third down. That's huge. That if this defense could show that again, we'll be all right, I think. Adam says Texas makes semifinals in back-to-back years and chokes both years in red zone. Ooh. I think Ohio State has one of the better red zone defenses, to be honest. And it's not just
number 2 in the nation.
Yeah. Who's number 1?
Don't know, but they kept talking about it as number 2 in the nation. Number 2 in the nation.
Yeah, I know we got a good red zone defense. We had what was it? How many rushing yards do we have? It gives me everything but that. Cool. Trayvon Henderson had 6 carries for 42 yards. Wisner had 17 carries for 46 yards. Gregory H on YouTube says Ohio State is lights out in the red zone. Yeah, they are. Man, you watched it in last week's game. You held them every single time. Well, except at the very end when it didn't even matter. Yeah, especially the goal line. And they talked about that today, about last week. Right at the goal line, man. You don't mess around and find out.
Don't mess around and find out what Ohio State Buckeyes, because what's going to happen, Mike?
You're going to lose. LOSC. That's what we know. And Adam, dude, like I said earlier, I don't know if you're here on the show. I love you, dude, and my brother, even. My brother's a Michigan fan. My uncle's a Michigan fan. My grandfather's a Michigan and Ohio State fan. I can't stand Michigan. And for you guys to sit here this year.
Who's the Michigan and Ohio State fan?
My grandfather, because he grew up in Toledo as well. And that's where a majority of my family was raised. And I guess a lot of Toledoians, whatever you want to call them. That's where I was born. But a lot of Toledo people are Michigan fans, I guess.
I mean, I guess that's okay, because that's really considered Michigan. Just like Cincinnati or Kentucky is like, or Cincinnati's got a bunch of Kentucky fans. So yeah. So I guess it's okay. I never knew how close Cincinnati was to Kentucky until I went through there driving to Florida.
Yeah.
I didn't know that it was like a rock's throw.
I used to go to Kentucky a lot, but I haven't been out there in probably 2 years.
You're not missing nothing.
I know I'm not. I just like going out there and seeing that water tower that says, what does it say? It's the city's name. Florence, y'all.
Florence, y'all.
That's what it says right on the water tower.
You know what I hate seeing when I go to Kentucky? The NASCAR track that's shut down.
Teeth?
No, the NASCAR track that's shut down.
Oh, my next guess was brothers and sisters reuniting. But anyways, that's for another show. We could oh wow. Yeah, anyways, again, here I'm gonna play this. If you guys have nice beards at home, check out beardgains.com. It's made for a man but loved by a woman. Use our code BeardedBrowns at checkout for 10% off. And I'm telling you right now, I'm wearing this stuff, dude. I can feel it, I can smell it, and it is
Where
amazing.
They located?
What's that?
Where are they located?
They're in Florida.
We got our own beard sponsor too, or beard sponsor products too. Our brands, check them out. Our brands, Josh and the crew over there. If you guys want to get some beard products, some body wash, shampoo, check them out. Use Redline promo code Redline15 and get 15% off.
And now Dave owes me a beer for that. Don't care.
I'll buy you a beer. Come to the doghouse.
We do have to have that meeting still here soon.
We do, because I got some news today about something that I'll that I'm pretty happy about. So
I got some big news as well, so that's why we'll talk.
yeah.
We are going to be live here tomorrow at 10 a.m. As well as Dave. We're going to talk a lot. Tomorrow is based on more Cleveland Browns stuff. We're going to still talk about the game tomorrow with me, Sam, and Angel. There's a lot of draft.
And that me and you were on with last week?
Yes.
Is he going to be sober?
Yes, we're all going to be sober. Promise.
I like. Oh, wait a minute. You got to refer to him as Ernest now.
He's probably watching right now, like, you son of a bitch. But we're going to talk about some of the Browns changes that they've made so far. We got a new offensive line coach. We're going to talk about that. We're going to bring up some draft talk and a lot more. There's a lot to talk about with this team.
Hey, you guys ain't going to like what I heard today on Cleveland radio about who they want as their quarterback.
There's several right now scenarios. What is yours? What did you hear?
I heard from your boy Nicky Wilson, that he's content with getting Shedeur Sanders.
So while we're on the subject, I think that Shedeur Sanders would probably be the best option for Kevin Stefanski's offense. But at the same time, Cam Ward's numbers are better. And I think Cam Ward could probably adjust to this offense better than Shedeur Sanders would be able to.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. If you guys draft him at say 2, right? Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders, do they start day 1?
They're going to have to. Unless you bring in a veteran.
Yeah, they were talking about Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, that's all toss up. There's also speculation right now about us making a trade for JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, I heard that too.
So I mean, right now this is reckless speculation. There's so many scenarios that could happen, and that's all up to Andrew Berry at the end of the day. It's not up to us. Honestly, it's not. We can sit here and be couch coaches and couch GMs all day. At the end of the day, what it comes down to is what the pick is actually going to be and what this pick could do for this team. And as of right now, we know literally next to nothing. We could go off and do all these drafts. There's so much to be unknown right now. That's all. I'm not going to sit here and.
Mike, is that a Save 22 shirt you got on?
No. Guess again.
What's on your right sleeve?
My right sleeve is an American flag.
Okay, what's on your left sleeve?
Grunt style.
Okay, because them are the ones that are when we did some stuff for Save 22, they had the same logos on both sleeves. That's why I asked.
This is like a gun page group thing. Second Amendment. Because I love guns. Yeah, that's why I have this shirt on. And I didn't purposely wear this today. I was going to wear my Ohio State shirt, but that is dirty, and I'm not going to put on dirty clothes.
I carry my guns with me everywhere I go.
So that was kind of weird. Me too.
You're flaming, Mike.
Oh man, that was good.
Yeah.
But yeah, can't believe Texas got cute and didn't score at the 1 yard line. Hell of a stand by Ohio State. This is Nick on TikTok. It wasn't only the penalties that hurt; it was the timing of when you got them, and it was 100%. Like that's when you just lost faith as an Ohio State fan. You're like, dude, come on, man. This is what the Cleveland Browns are used to. Like these stupid. They didn't have pre-snap penalties besides a couple false starts, but just the pass interferences, the holding, like just Browns fans were used to pre-snap penalties. Like you can't even get a playoff without a penalty being called. That was Browns-esque tonight, and we still pulled off a win. So if we can keep, like I said, if we can keep the penalties to a minimum in a national championship, defense shows up like they did in the fourth quarter, and Will Howard could play like he did, I think we will be okay. I'm not saying Notre Dame's weak.
About like he did today or like he did the last
last three games.
Okay.
I'm not saying Notre Dame's weak. They're a great team. Obviously, they made it to the national championship. But I think we have their number at the end of the day. And that's not just because I'm an Ohio State fan. If I were a Notre Dame fan and I had a bet, I would bet Ohio State's got this.
Yeah, I'll give you my predictions next week. We'll have to do this again. But anyway, Mike, I appreciate you letting me come on and talk Ohio State with you. I got to get up real early in the morning and do some stuff before the show. So check Mike's show out. Mike, what's the name of your show? Bearded Browns Podcast, and you guys are on at 10, correct?
Yes, sir.
And then you guys hop over to Redline Radio, check out the boys at Unscripted. I don't believe Chipper's going to be here this week. He's a little bit under the weather, but the co-star and the star and myself will hold it down for everybody.
Shane O'Mac and Adam Wissinger.
That's right.
The guys.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining us. We just wanted to touch base with the, what's going on with Ohio State and coming into the national championship. And thank you again, Dave, for joining us. And we will talk to you tomorrow. I'm sure I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm sure.
Yeah. I'll send you the link, man. You can hop on the second half if you want.
I might do that.
All right, Mike. Take care, bud.
All right.